Hi all my beanie weenies, and welcome back to my channel for another exciting episode of The Sims 4, The Traitors. Slowly, all of our Sims begin to enter the breakfast room. However, one Sim will be missing this morning as another murder has taken place. Right now, we can see that Grace, Leah, Arnessa, Naoki, and Megumi have all survived the night. Next to enter the breakfast room is Jeb, Thorn, Dawn, and Eric. None of them have been murdered by the Traitors. Next to enter is Thea, Eva, and Gunther. None of them have been murdered. Or are some of them the traitors?
Yeah.
But of course, the lazy Sim Salem is also still alive, however just taking his sweet time getting to the breakfast room.
Good boy, Iba.
Dobby.
Only 4 spots remain, and 3 of them are now filled by Sienna, Ian, and Jess.
That was safe.
We are now down to the final Sim. Who will be the one that makes it out alive? And Lily is the last Sim to enter the breakfast room. Sims Hotdogs enters the breakfast room once everyone is seated to deliver the bad news that another one has been murdered by the Traitors. Late last night, Ted was chosen by the Traitors to be the next Sim to be murdered. He was off alone, wandering around in the ruins, planting mushrooms in the forest, probably to spread his strange reveal disease. But unfortunately for him, that's when the Traitors found him.
Spores flops. Finale Bob Wisp. Whoa, Floof!
We are now down to 17 Sims left in the castle. However, tonight you will meet me once again in our square table room where you will vote another one of your fellow Sims out of the castle. And hopefully you get a traitor. Will it be a traitor or will you vote out another faithful? We'll have to wait and see. During the day, make sure you get to know your fellow Sims and try to figure out who among you is actually there to help and who is here to kill. Good luck, Sims.
Hell no.
Immediately after Hotdogs leaves, the Sims get up and begin to scatter. Some seem to be panicking a little like Lily, others are just trying to mingle and have fun, while other Sims seem to really be strategizing and trying to get to know their fellow housemates.
Me pim.
Maybe it's an elder thing, I don't know. However, Ian is not too happy about the dirty surroundings, and it seems as though he's taking more time to clean up the house than to get to know the people living inside it. Upstairs in their private bedroom, our famous couple, Megumi and Naoki, are spending some alone time together. Meanwhile, a handful of our Sims are in the bar relieving some stress. Back downstairs, some of our Sims still have not left the breakfast room after hearing the news this morning. While some of them are eating, most of them are just sitting around and chatting. However, Thea is trying to brighten up the mood. She shows everyone that you don't need to be so sad and that they can still have a good time. Heck, they don't even need to go upstairs to the bar to have a good time. She's just enjoying drinking the juice with her bare hands and dancing around rotted meat. The group upstairs in the bar grows bigger and bigger as some of our Sims are playing some games, others are enjoying some drinks by the fire, and getting to know each other at the bar. And while some Sims are getting to know each other, a few others are getting to know themselves. We see that Sienna and Jess both learn new traits about themselves. Ian soon goes upstairs and tries to join the party, but it looks as though after a day of cleaning and ignoring everyone, no one really wants to party with him.
Shambo, Tarbe, Shaba Day.
After wandering around room to room, Ian finally finds someone that will actually sit down and chat with him. And that just so happens to be Leah outside. While it is a bit awkward at first, they both seem to be not only warming up by the fire, but warming up to one another. And then of course, things just have to get weird, as they both try to show each other stuff on their phones, and that's when the game just starts glitching out. I'm not too sure what exactly is happening, but they both seem to be enjoying it.
Schwabe? Ne Borf, could you?
Klevite gaunim.
Yekla.
Grenoi bars
Banaj?
halka pinar.
And of course, we can't forget about the free roaming horse that just has to make a little appearance anytime anyone's outside. Now that it's officially dark and the moon is high in the sky, it's now time for our Sims to gather in the square table room and vote another one out of the castle. Hopefully this time, though, it'll be a traitor and not a faithful.
Luba.
He was a dead man walking to his fate. Vengeance was sweet.
Hello, my faithfuls and traitors. Welcome back to the square table room where you guys will once again vote for one of your fellow Sims to be kicked out of the house. Obviously, your goal is to pinpoint the traitors and get them out so that way you can have the prize fund for yourselves. However, do you really know who the traitors are among you? And who are the faithfuls that are here to help you earn that prize in the end? This is when it all comes down to you and you alone. One by one, we will look through your relationship statuses and you guys will vote for who you trust the least. First up is Eric. And Eric has voted for Jeb. Next up to vote is Thorn. And Thorn has voted for Naoki. That's 1 point Naoki, 1 point Jeb. Don is next to vote. And Don has voted for Jeb to leave the castle, putting Jeb into first place with 2 points. Next to vote is Thee. And Thee has voted for Naoki, putting Naoki at 2 points and tying once again with Jeb. Next to vote is Gunther. And Gunther has also voted for Naoki, now putting Naoki in the lead. Next to vote is Eva. Eva has broken the pattern and has given Grace her first point. Next to vote is Salem. And Salem has joined Eva with giving Grace another vote, giving her 2 in total. Next to vote is Arnessa. And Arnessa has put a new name out there by giving Eric his first point to be evicted. This is a Big Brother, but whatever. Next up to vote is Ian. And Ian has turned on his fellow elder and has given Arnessa her first vote to evict tonight. Next up to vote is Lily. Lily is also putting a new name out there by giving Salem his first point. Next up to vote is Sienna. Sienna joins the trend by giving Leah her first vote tonight. Next up to vote is Naoki. Naoki has voted for Thee, giving Thee her first point. Let's see what Megumi does. And Megumi is voting for Eva, giving Eva her first point tonight. Next up to vote is Leah. And Leah has voted for Sienna, giving Sienna her first point tonight. Next up to vote is Grace. And Grace has followed suit with Leah and has given Eva her second point tonight. Next up to vote is Jess. And Jess has voted for Jeb, tying him with Naoki with 3 points each. Next up to vote is Jeb himself. And Jeb throws another name out there and votes for Dawn instead of, voting for Naoki, but whatever. That being said, we now have a tie between Jeb and Naoki as they both have 3 points each. Alright, so this is where things are going to get a little bit dicey. Since there is a tie between Jeb and Naoki, everyone who voted for either Jeb or Naoki can no longer vote. Everyone else now has a chance to do a revote if you dislike one or the other a little bit more. And with that in mind, Grace is the only one to change her vote from Eva to Naoki, meaning Naoki, you have the most votes and will be leaving tonight. Jeb, you are now safe and can go on and take a seat. Naoki, before you go, it is now time to reveal if you are a traitor or a faithful. And Naoki was a traitor. Congratulations, Sims. You have not voted out another faithful and have gotten your first traitor kicked out of the game. And just like that, Naoki is out of here. What do you guys think about him being a traitor? Did you guess that all along? Are you surprised? And what do you think about him being voted out? Let me know down below in the comments. As for you Sims, you are now free to leave the square table room and try to sleep peacefully tonight, as you now know that there is one less traitor among you. However, there are still 2 traitors in the game, and if you do not vote them out, then they will take the prize fund home and all of you will leave empty-handed. So don't forget and don't get too cocky now that you voted one out, because you still have a few more to go, and who knows, maybe me and the traitors have a few tricks up our sleeves. And after finding out her husband was a traitor and is now voted out, the first thing Megumi does is return to her bedroom and grabs a drink. Meanwhile, in the other bedrooms, most of our Sims are trying to get some sleep, while Eric is getting to know himself in the mirror. Megumi relies on Arnessa to give her comfort now that Naoki is out of the house, and they both warm up by the fire while a few more Sims sleep behind them. The house has quickly quieted down and almost everyone is asleep, except for Jeb and Leah, as Jeb pulls his normal mood by cornering one of the girls by the bubble blower and getting his flirt on. However, this time it does seem to be going pretty successfully.
Oh, Nalabif? Plessame.
Parsife Probin, Benito, Bar Corbin.
Flarbin. Room. Huh.
3.
He was a dead man walking to his fate. Vengeance was sweet on my tongue. Follow me down into the valley night, where all the flowers push.
And as Jeb and Leah woohoo through the night with someone sleeping right next to them, we're gonna leave you here. What did you guys think about this new episode? What did you think about Ted being murdered, about Naoki being voted out, about him being a traitor? All that stuff, let me know down in the comments below. Again, sorry for me posting so irregularly, and I will try to do better, but in the meantime, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell, that way you're notified. Bye.